Yes, you can trade $10,000 worth of stocks using a few $100 only. And in fact, this leverage, the potential for higher returns, is number one reason options are used instead of stocks. Let's start by having a look at a comparison table how two trades done on the same stock, which underwent the same price move, played out once by trading it with options and once by trading it with the stock itself. Note that these were real trades carried out on the Circle stock during its recent earnings. Once the comparison table makes sense to you, we will look at the actual charts to see which exact call options were used to make that happen. And after covering the working examples, we will look at the structure and properties of options and look at what various fields mean. An important but overlooked concept is if one should buy or sell options, and this will also be answered towards the end of this episode. Trading with stocks required $5,400 in investment, yielded a profit of $864 with an ROI of 16%. The exact same price move when traded with call options required $1,155 in investment, yielded a profit of $1,905 with an ROI of 164%. 16% versus 164% gain for the same price move. This is the leverage and the power of call options. They allow you to rake in large profits with small amounts of investment. The stock name Block closed at $54 on 26th of February. Trader Anthony bought 100 shares for a cost of $5,400. Next day, it opened at a price of 63. This trade earned 16%. The $5,400 position got sold for $6,264 for a profit of $864. Trader Sarah did not have $5,400 ready to invest and was able to put up only about $1,200 in investment. Sarah bought 3 at-the-money call options with strike 45 and expiry 13th of March, giving her about 2 weeks for her trade idea to work out. As the stock gapped up 16% the next day, she sold her call options 48 minutes after the open. The $1,200 position got sold for $3,060 for a profit of $1,905. This represents a gain of 164%. Options are derivative trading instruments. They are called derivatives because they derive from some other trading product. For example, options that derive from stocks are called stock options. Similarly, options that derive from crude oil futures are called futures options, currency options, bond options, and so on. Let's go through a few characteristics of options which are essential to understand. There are two types of options: call options and put options. Call options are used when an investor thinks that the price of a stock will go up, and vice versa for put options. Each option gives access to 100 shares of a stock, but costs much less than owning 100 shares outright. Each option has an expiry date. After that date, the option becomes invalid. Each option has a strike price. Options can be bought and sold in the open market just like stocks and bonds. Hence, contrary to what general public believes, after buying an option, you are not forced to hold it until it reaches its expiry. You can and you should sell it for a profit at any time before expiry. With the above in mind, call options are derivative instruments which give you the right to buy 100 shares of a stock at any time before the expiry date at a pre-specified price, and you pay only a fraction of the full cost of owning 100 shares to buy the call option. Put options are derivative instruments which give you the right to sell 100 shares of a stock before the expiry date at a pre-specified price. When a trader buys a call option, someone is obviously selling that option to him, and the market players selling call options are known as market makers. However, there is no special requirement to be able to sell a call option. Any trader can sell a call option to any other trader. But under what circumstances would one want to sell a call option? Buying or selling a call option has to do with the direction in which you expect the stock price to move. In the matrix shown on the screen, if a trader believes a stock's price will go up, he can trade it in two ways: buy a call or sell a put. Similarly, if a trader believes a stock's price will go down, he can trade it in two ways: buy a put or sell a call. So, what happens when you sell a call? You receive money from the buyer of the option. This money is referred to as credit. And when you buy an option, the money that the buyer pays is called debit. If you are new to options and watching this episode, you should definitely not be selling options at this stage. So, why are they being introduced? In real life, options are seldom bought or sold in isolation, but instead, options are bought and sold in combinations to form what is known as spreads. Debit spreads are the simplest form of spreads and are extensively used as examples in the Options Trading Pro series. So let's take a moment to understand them. Imagine a trader wanted to buy one call option for SPY which costs around $1,200. However, it was too expensive. In order to keep the cost low, the trader decided to buy one call option for strike 500 for a debit of $1,200 and sell a call option for a higher strike 510 for a credit of $800. The sum of the debit and the credit gives $400, which is the final cost of the spread and is also much less than the $1,200 required to buy the single option. The difference between strikes 510 and 500 minus the cost of the spread becomes the maximum profit the spread can yield, while the debit spread cost of $400 represents the maximum risk in the trade. Watch the sections starting from Method 2 at the money in the first video of the playlist Options Trading Pro series to learn further about debit spreads and to understand why debit spreads are preferred over single options in some cases. This is the first episode of the Options Basics series. It gives a practical introduction to the options with special focus on why and how they are used instead of explaining the options theory too much. It also introduces debit spreads, which are extensively used in the Options Trading Pro series playlist. After watching this, as your curiosity for improving your trading skill increases, especially as it pertains to amplifying trading returns using options, go through the Options Trading Pro series playlist, which reveals many advanced trading techniques and setups used by pro traders. Stay tuned for the next episodes. The put options are mirror images of call options. Everything that is mentioned in the section on call options also applies to put options, except that the expected price move direction is down.